What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Ambition on Fleek. I'm your co-host, Peng Lee.
And I'm your other co-host, Janay Honest.
And in this podcast, we want to inspire and motivate you through our unique stories from our gymnastics experiences.
We're both NCAA national champions, and we think we know what it takes to be successful athletes. So through the sport of gymnastics, we've learned the importance of balance when it comes to the emotional, physical, and mental sides of life.
But are we talking about gymnastics today?
No.
We have a special guest. He comes from the football world. Reveal yourself. You can talk at any point in time.
Oh, you should have told me. I was sitting here just like, wow, who are we talking about? Is he going to come through the door? Like, that's crazy.
That was a good intro, huh?
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, guys, how you doing? Oh, so I just say my name and all that?
Yeah. I thought you were going to introduce him because you know his full name, but I didn't know his full name.
Or I could say my full name.
Oh, give us the lay down on you.
The lay down. Okay, well, my name is Austin Janay Roberts. I'm 6'2", 249.
Full bio.
No. But my name is Austin Roberts. I went to college with Peng and Janay, and I'm very, very happy to be here. Currently was just with the Los Angeles Chargers until Thursday of last week, and now I am currently an NFL free agent. And
awesome.
Enjoying life, yeah.
Yes. And Grant, we all left college at the same time, even though Peng's like 5 years older than us.
You know, it's fine. We don't have to keep bringing it up today.
I just had to mention that.
I get it. I'm older than you. You guys are younger. It's fine. Let's go in front of somebody and ask who's older. Let's play that game.
All right. So before we get into our topic, we're going to do our Perfect 10 segment. And Austin, do you know what our Perfect 10 segment is?
Take a guess.
I know what a Perfect 10 is from y'all's gymnastics meets, but the Perfect 10 segment, is it like 10 rapid fire questions? I just got to answer them.
That's
like
pretty good.
Top of my head.
That is pretty good.
But no.
Dang. Sorry, y'all.
So the Perfect 10 segment is anything that you're proud of that you've done in the week, in the day. It can be big or small, but it's important to celebrate those little successes that you're proud of. So,
well, first and foremost, I woke up this morning. So
there you go.
You think that's funny? You know how many people don't wake up?
Hey.
That's true.
Man, so, of course, woke up this morning, but something I'm proud of, man. Let's see. I took my sister to her first job. There was and then took her shopping afterwards because I was like really proud of her.
Alyssa.
Yeah. My little sister's name's Alyssa. She's a little demon, but we all love her.
No, she's not. She's like the best of the three siblings, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, you're a demon yourself, so
wow.
Birds are so
Janay and Austin are very good friends. I actually haven't talked to Austin that much.
I know she said this to me.
You've been around.
Yeah.
I said, go ahead, Janay.
Highs and buys every now and then.
Oh, yes.
I also told Janay, I said, does Austin talk? I said, will he elaborate on our podcast? Or
I know.
Some people just go, yeah, it was fine.
Like they just answer yes or no questions.
I talk, I just don't. It's like, it just depends on if I got something to say, Janay knows I got a lot to say.
Oh my God, yes. So
yeah.
We'll be fine.
Peggy just ask me how my day is, That's the easy
true.
way.
We really don't cross paths much, though. It's either Janay goes, I'm hanging out with Austin, or then, okay, I'll come hang out with you. Or I'm hanging out with Austin. And family.
Oh, yeah. Papa Honest.
Oh, goodness. Papa Honest. We should get him on the podcast. He'll really preach
that'd be
to us.
amazing.
No, we would be here. We would be here for 3 hours.
You just drop
but
the
that's not going to happen.
Go somewhere.
All right. So my Perfect 10 moment, it actually happened today. So my tire pressure in one of my tires is low. And so I put air in my tire for the first time this morning.
You want to hear something crazy?
What?
I put air in my tires today, too.
And I'm just happy because I've never done that ever in my life. And I actually did it right with them.
Austin looks like guidance. He has something to say.
No. I'm not going to be rude yet.
I know. Do whatever you want.
So I know I can do what I want, but I just woke up from a nap not too long ago, and I just don't want to, start roasting Gina quite yet.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, so he calls her Gina.
Yeah, so that's my nickname. Mm-hmm. Long story. We'll get to that later, but.
Oh, I was gonna say it's not that long, but.
Well, yeah, it isn't that long.
We'll get to it later.
We'll get to it later, but just know that he never call if he calls me Janay, it's serious. Like I'm in trouble.
You're in trouble.
Well, my perfect 10 moment of the day was I bought a new suitcase. I mean, so I'm getting ready for this big... Oh, no, that's not true. My perfect 10 moment was saying yes to myself and no to somebody else. Because I think since I'm leaving this week, a lot of people are trying to... just get lunch or get dinner. But lunches, you have to go out. It's an hour and a half. I did not have time for lunch today. Mm-hmm. So I invited the person over to my house instead. Alex Waller, one of my best friends. But I just asked her if it was okay for her to come over because I needed to pack. So that was my perfect 10 moment of the day because I knew I had to continue packing. And if I didn't, I would be 10 times more stressed than I was after.
Everybody's just trying to get a last piece of Peng before she goes in like
last
5
piece
days.
Of Peng.
No.
Honestly, we all start crying after that piece is gone. Every time I meet with someone, I keep crying. So it's been a very emotional week.
Yeah, that was me.
So this is me not being, in Peng's circle like that. But where are you going?
She's going home. Her visa expires.
What?
I'm going to Toronto, Canada.
Well, that ain't too bad.
Yeah, but it's still a 5.5 hour flight away.
But that's just 5.5 hours of a very long life, Just sit down, take a nap. You're good.
Thanks, Austin.
So that's his advice.
Yeah,
so might as well take that. I should make it easier.
I guess I'll take that advice.
All right. So do you want to introduce the topic?
Sure. So, Austin, the reason why we brought you and we thought you would be perfect for this topic, because I actually do remember talking to you, I think your freshman year, and you had an ACL injury and you had a bunch of pins in your knee.
Ooh,
and I asked you what happened. And I remember talking to you for a slight second because I could relate to you for a little bit. But the reason why we brought you on and we want to talk about reoccurring injuries and how to overcome that. Because I think every athlete, no matter what sport, gymnastics, football, any sport, they go through reoccurring injuries, whether it be small or big. But I think you are perfect for this topic because you had 2 big reoccurring injuries.
Oh, yeah.
And I just think your story is just really unique and inspiring. So I wanted you to tell your side because so it was both of our freshman year. And I do remember coming in and there was just, I'll just never remember. I'll never remember. I will always remember the first time I saw Austin and it was like fresh out of surgery. And there was this, he was like known as the football freshman that blew out his knee. Like that's just what we heard. Like, oh my gosh, so sad. And I just remember seeing him with glasses. Hadn't had a haircut in a minute. And he was going into Acosta, struggling to open up the door. So I was like, he needs help. Let me just hold the door open.
Does UCLA even have a golf cart for purposes like that?
No, and I was really upset that they didn't.
I had to struggle with you, Austin, because I was limping up and down the hills with my stiff leg cast. And I looked like I was waddling. Cast? Yeah, I was waddling.
I think I remember. I think
you were probably in a brace for 2 weeks, but it was a straight leg brace.
It was a straight leg brace, and I was in like 3 days after surgery. I was crutching up that hill.
So what happened? Actually, let's just start with
what happened.
What injuries have you had that was reoccurring?
So like lead up until coming into UCLA and
4 scores and 7 years ago. Nah, but it was the summer, like our summer right before school starting. So it was in July 15th. That's when it happened. We were doing a player run workout. And, I was feeling myself. I was having a good little time. I was running fast. I knew the plays. I was running great routes and whatever. Then I get up there, just try to run a little post corner route. And for those that don't know what a post corner route is, I'm going one way, then I'm going to break, like breaking left and breaking right, whatever. But
I'm glad you elaborated.
Yeah, because I was like, I didn't know what was going on.
The routes.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into the route specifics because, that's boring. But so, I was running a good route. I made the first break and my left leg was planted in the ground. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to just get out of this break and just go catch the ball. Then I'm not going to name no names because that'd be kind of lame. But the guy covering me pulled me down while my leg was stuck. And I literally felt like 3 pops in my knee. Just pop, pop, pop.
He tore... You tore like everything in your
ACL,
knee.
LCL, MCL, and a partial PCL.
And he walked off the field. Y'all, I am laying down and waiting for a stretcher, but he walked off. I don't know how.
I had too much pride. I was like,
I'm like,
that was straight pride.
Coach, listen, I got to be carried off at this point.
Yeah, so you just want to talk about the first one, or do you want to talk about the second one?
Oh, well, we're gonna ask you questions.
Okay. Oh, go.
I mean, is there more you want to say?
ain't too much more to it, man. Freshman's football season gone.
Man. Okay, so we actually all have something in common. We all have had major knee injuries, and Peng and Austin are actually more related.
We're twins.
Yeah, because they've had multiple ACL injuries, but we've also had multiple knee surgeries, at least more than 2, right? So I actually wanted to ask you, because that was your first major injury, right?
Other than being dropped on my head as a baby.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay,
I can't.
So that's actually pretty amazing going through, because football is a very intense sport.
And aggressive.
I never wanted to do powder puff because of that reason. So to go through your whole career, or not whole career, but to get up to college, not having an injury, and then getting into college, it's a new chapter. School kind of technically hasn't started yet, or the football season, and then you have this major injury. What was your first initial mindset or your thought?
The first thought that came into my mind was, I want my mom. Definitely was that. Because, I mean, yeah, your testosterone's raging, you're 18-year-old, but still, you're 18-year-old kid. You were just at home a couple months ago. It's like, you don't know how to handle that stuff. I mean,
oh yeah,
everybody is like, all your friends are, they're there, but everyone's worried about themselves. And fortunately, I had family out there that kind of took care of me and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely just wanted to go home, see my mom, get some Angel Roberts mac and cheese and fried chicken. Gina knows all about that.
Oh, it's so good.
Mm-hmm. I made it for her one time too. Wasn't as good, but it's still good.
Once again, guys, food comes up in an episode on how much I love to eat. So,
yeah.
Donations are always welcome.
Oh man! And so you have the surgery, and after you have the surgery, and just post surgery is just never ever fun. Honestly, it's the absolute worst because you're not fully there. Like your head, you're like, yeah, I'm fine, but I can't really function. Mm-hmm. Did you know how important rehab was going to be and how long that recovery was going to take and how imperative rehab was going to be for you because it was your ACL?
Man, because you always hear about the stories of guys coming back in like 6-7 months. It's like, oh, I'm going to be just like that. Then, you get up on the surgery table, you wake up and you see your knees just split open. You got to cut whatever you didn't think you were going to get cut at, and then everything hurts. Then, I ain't gonna get into the whole absolute day-by-day process because I had negative opinions about how I handled everything and how I was handled the first couple of days. But then after that, once I realized this is what I got to do, you just gotta buy into it. It's tough. It's not built for the normal man or woman, but it's something.
How did you deal with, I know because we covered this a little bit, but how did you deal with being on the team still, but having to go through rehab? So did that change your mentality post-op? Because we always talk about it is so hard when someone's injured and you just see everyone out there. But I'm curious to see from your perspective, especially from a male perspective. I like how you brought up, guys just think that they can come back and girls are like, no. So sometimes.
Yeah.
Definitely. But it's just a cool, I just like listening to your opinions.
So I remember I tried to be part of the team, for the first 2 weeks. They left me for training camp, and I'm like, oh shoot, they just gonna keep on going. And I missed a meeting one time because my knee hurt, and then nobody asked where I was. So I'm like, I said, I'm just
wow. This is This is so different.
Yeah, because their team is massive.
It's a massive team, and it's not a knock on how UCLA was run. 2014 season, we won 10, 11 games, so the program was run just fine. It's just like they're so worried about the guys they got that they don't forget about you, but they just
push you off to the side a little bit.
And I mean, if I'm a coach and if I got all these guys that are able to play, of course, I'm naturally going to kind of sort of not forget, but kind of give more attention to the guys that are going to help us win, help us keep a job. And so once I found out about that, I just kind of, phased out. Like when there's meetings and stuff, I just kind of chill out in the room. I'd go eat a Covell. I had some fun. Once my knee stopped hurting, I was able to go around a little bit, go to TDX Thursday night. It was great. TDX was a heck of a fraternity, man.
Okay, TDX was popping back then.
Back then, not now no more, but back then, yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, so TDX, for y'all that don't know, it was the football frat, because football players were in the frat, correct? I don't know if that's still
Only
the case.
place we can get in.
Yeah, because fraternities actually didn't let other guys in unless you knew somebody of somebody. And so the athletes normally weren't as welcome.
Which is,
We had to sneak in all the time. It was great. It was great.
You were getting an inside scoop of
you really
UCLA.
are of just college.
Yeah, this is true. So it didn't bother you that you were left out?
No, because I knew I was gonna come back and be able to play like my next 4 years. You know, I definitely, the coaches still believed in me, and I'm a coach's son. My father, he coached in the NFL, college NFL, since I was a baby, so I know how that process goes. So it's just weird going through it, but you kind of know how it is.
Oh, yeah.
This is so it's so different because in gymnastics, we always say if you're injured, you still want to be a part of the team.
Y'all are definitely a lot more like this,
right?
Than we are.
So different.
So to be the biggest cheerleader.
Yeah. So going through those injuries, when you are injured, do you feel like you have to really focus on just yourself then?
Yeah, that's kind of the only way to get through it. You got to be a little selfish. I had some fun nights. I probably did some things I probably shouldn't have done, but there are times when, your knee is sore or, you gotta get up for rehab in the morning and the guys want to go to Fat Sal's at 1:00. And then just like, I just had some today. Oh man. First thing I did when I got to town was pull up the Fat Sal's, got a fat Jerry, no onions.
Oh, Jerry.
Jerry.
Yeah, it's the best. But no, yeah, you got to be selfish. You got to take care of yourself first. And then, you keep working at it and eventually, you get success comes your way and you kind of get those fun nights back towards the tail end, which I found out last year when I was in college.
And were there any dips in your mentality? We call these funks. So when you kind of dip low and you...
Oh my
it's hard.
God, yeah. What?
Okay.
That's good to know.
Because it is a long recovery. ACL is crazy long, or longer than, it's not 6 months.
Like one day you're running, you think you're running good, and actually time you're 40, and dang, you're running 4.7 when you used to be running 4.5s. And then it's just like, wow, I suck. I'm trash. What happened? But then you just gotta trust the process. Like, we're gonna save the right knee for a little bit later in the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna start talking about that, but we'll save that for later. because what I learned from my left one helped me out with this one.
We can bring up, so basically Austin has had 2 ACL surgeries, and this, when we talk about reoccurring injuries, it happens, guys. You think, you could blow out one knee one day and blow out the next knee the other day, and sometimes you just need a surgery to fix it all back up, but Austin has definitely been through it all.
And what's interesting about your story is that they're completely parallel and it's just very strange. So fast forward to 4 years.
4 years, 2018, Los Angeles Chargers training camp, Costa Mesa, California. I don't know the exact date now, so sorry, can't help that yet. Wait, no, July 28th. July 28th.
Oh my gosh, July, training camp.
Yep.
Training camp in college, training camp for NFL.
It wasn't training camp in college. It was close, but
okay, summer, whatever.
It was still July, so dang, I did not notice that. Wow,
crazy.
Oh, dang. But yeah, so I was just running an out route, so just running 10 yards and turning hard one direction. And this time there was no contact. My knee just gave out.
And this was the other knee, correct?
This was the right one.
This was supposed to be the good knee. I always used to say that.
I don't got good knees no more, man. It's just, I just got knees. I don't have any healthy ACLs. That's what my brother told me. I don't have no ACLs. I got a patella and I got a quad, like where my ACL should be.
That's crazy. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, so I broke, my knee popped, then, just kind of went all over. And then I was kind of heartbroken because I worked all summer because I was an undrafted free agent. So you're at the bottom of the barrel. It's almost like being a walk-on. Bottom of the barrel, you're walking on thin ice. And I got hurt and I thought they were just going to cut ties with me. Just pay for the surgery and it's like, all right, you're on your own. And then, I was blessed to be put on injured reserve for a year. So I was able to be with the team, rehab with them. go to meetings, and just, experience the life of an NFL player, kind of feeling a lifelong dream of just being able to call yourself a NFL athlete.
So how did you deal with the second injury, knowing that you had a lot more that was riding on that injury? Because, I feel like the first time you figured it out, you weren't really part of the meetings, you know what I mean? And so you took that time for yourself. But how did you deal with that the second time?
Well, the second time, I definitely applied myself a little bit more because this time you're in the NFL. It's not like in college you have 4 years guaranteed for most schools if you're on scholarship. NFL, like as I learned, you can be 1 year and then you're just cut.
Wow.
But, so I made sure to be like seen in the building, go to meetings, go to as many practices as I can, even though I can't participate, get treatment in the facility, and just be around the guys, and it's definitely a lot better. I feel like it took a little bit better care of me up here than they did at UCLA. Not just UCLA, but it's just like, in the NFL, they can focus a little bit more on, on their athletes. And, I feel like my first year, even though I didn't play, I still found many successes, kind of learned more about the game of football, kind of learned how to be a professional, like just in regards to life, just, showing up to work, presenting yourself. And, it was just a really good learning experience and kind of helped set me up for whatever's next in my life, whether I play another down or not. So.
And you brought this up earlier. So what did you learn from your left to apply to your right knee? Right?
Do the rehab. Like it hurts.
That's what we say too.
Like when they say pump your ankle the day of your surgery, like after you get up, pump that ankle. You gotta bend your knee, man. Bend your knee. Like it's like they give you the keys to success. Like, and I wish I had listened to that when I was younger, because now, like, we just tested my 40 and I'm running 4.5 like I used to.
Y'all, he's really fast. If you don't know, like he's actually.
I'm not that fast. There's guys running 4.3. It's just that I'm heavy. That's what makes it impressive.
That's what makes it impressive.
That's what makes it impressive.
Well, I'm light and slow. No, I'm kidding. That's what makes it impressive.
What would I even run? I don't even know what I would run.
He just hit his head on the microphone.
I know. I'm not used to wearing hats. Yeah. I haven't gotten a haircut in a minute, so,
I just looked over at him and he goes, that was so funny to me.
See, I'm trying to play it cool over here, man.
I know. He just did it and then just walked away. So when you're going through, I like how you said do the rehab and make sure that you're really diligent with the rehab, because it's exactly what I went through too with my second ACL. When you had your second ACL injury, were there any negative thoughts that came to your head? Kind of like, I'm done with the sport, or even, oh my gosh, I have to go through another year of rehab? Because I feel like most people will relate on this, that there are a lot of negative thoughts.
Yeah, definitely. My first thought was, I'm done. Like, I can't do this no more. Like, if they got to fillet me like a fish again, like I'm not ready for this. But the Dr. I believe it's David Gazaniga, for the Los Angeles Chargers, did a really good job with the surgery, doing the quad graft instead of patella, which is way less invasive. And I was walking in a matter of days instead of weeks. And it was just a way smoother rehab process. And it was just like just the whole, and also knowing what to expect this time around after all those negative thoughts kind of leave your head. Is definitely a huge help.
I remember going through my second ACL surgery and just thinking I was completely devastated, because I think I knew exactly what was ahead of me. And it was so monotonous that I just couldn't even think or fathom that I had to go through another year of monotonous injury. So was there anything that helped you go through that rehab? Like, because I remember I found music, and music really helped me get through those injuries. And so I'm just curious.
See, like, I would say music, but I can't sing or rap, so I can't really relate. Heck, I can't even dance, man. I just got
rhythm.
I just got rhythm, but
fast. It's fine. It's impressive.
I mean, I just got rhythm. That's it. But what did I do? Okay, this is gonna sound kind of dumb, but the first thing I bought when I got to the league was a Nintendo Switch, like a like a little portable
I can
game
visualize
system.
it. But.
Little portable game system. And I don't know why I downloaded this game called Legend of Zelda, and
I love Zelda.
and like literally when the doctors were like doing like soft, like, you know, they call it soft tissue, like, you know, you think it's gonna be relaxing or whatever, but like, you know, your knee is all swollen and purple. So I would just sit there and play that game while they're, you know, just digging in, trying to get all the scar tissue out, and that really and as silly as it sounds, that really helped me out. Like, just it kind of distract me. Yeah. Just that video game.
I also feel like you sometimes need distractions with injuries, just because if you think about the injury so much, it's going to just turn negative or even too much focus on it, in my opinion. What do you think, Janay?
No, I do think that. I think it's also, no, actually distractions are really good. That's interesting that you say that. And that helped you stay positive too? Or
Absolutely.
just the video game?
Positively.
Positively.
I didn't have that British accent on it. Positively.
Positively.
I'm horrible with accents. I'm not even going to try.
So do you think there is a gender difference of how ladies or women handle injuries rather than men?
I think women are definitely better in the whole, like, knowing how to handle, like, taking the information given. Like, they told you to do ankle pumps in bed. We're not going to do it because the junk hurts. But y'all will do it because that's what you need to do.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean,
discipline, right?
Yeah, you guys are, I say you guys, but like women, I believe, are definitely more disciplined than men in certain things. Like, and yeah.
Okay, so your dad played in the NFL too, right?
Fredo, yes, ma'am.
Fredo.
So he played and coached. How did your dad, being in the role that he is, affect you pursuing your own athletic dreams? Because you do love the sport, correct? So it wasn't like he was pushing it on you.
I had to learn to love it, man. I had to. You know, I always just played football because I was good at it. You know, just I made friends because of it. But you know, in college and when it gets hard, it's like you gotta love it or you're gonna quit. You know, because you know everything's gonna go your way. But you know, my dad, he actually helped me. You know, even get to the NFL, because after UCLA, you know, I had a couple surgeries. I also had a hand surgery, by the way. But I had a couple surgeries. My knee hurt. I was tired. It's like I just low-key just wanted to stop playing football. Then I remember a message. I still have that message saved. He said, "You know, you're good enough to play at the next level, right?" So then I was like, "Oh, what the hell? Why not?"
You know what? I am good enough to play.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a better question.
All right.
Here we go.
What advice do you have for younger athletes who are going through a major injury or the same reoccurring injury? Like, what would you tell them?
I would say, like I've been saying throughout the whole podcast, do your rehab, show up. You know, even if you feel like your trainers don't know what they're talking about, they went to school for years for this. They know what they're talking about. But also, put your blinders on. Don't go online and see who's recovering from this faster or this slower, because everybody's bodies heal differently. And also, a lot of the athletes that don't come back quicker, even, you know, myself, like I came back stronger, is because we have, you know, more access to certain things, you know, just being in the NFL and other professional leagues. You know, in high school, you don't have access to, you know, almost round the clock treatment. That's and all these, you know, super remedies and stuff that get kind of pricey. So, you know, you just gotta worry about yourself and take it day by day.
I think Janay and I talked about this on the other podcast, but we said be open to new treatments, because kind of like what you're saying, at the NFL, they almost provide you all these new or this access to all these treatments. And we were telling younger athletes just to be open-minded about just trying something different, because you never know what's going to help you.
I remember one thing that they had me try, because they took a quad graft, so my quad was really tight recovering. So we did went to acupuncture guy that works with the team and did deep needling, and it kind of it's terrible. It is as bad as it sounds.
I'm cringing.
It is. Oh boy, like no amount of Zelda was gonna get me through that session. So. Nah, it's like you just sit there and they kind of poke at it, and then it's just really a way to kind of, I wouldn't call it a quick fix, but it's like unlocks your muscle.
Like it releases it.
It releases it, so you can make it easier for you to kind of get that stretch that you need and help elongate it. Because I know I had a lot of scar tissue, in the quad area. That was honestly the hardest part about coming back was the quad rather than, the knee. Quad still kind of gives me issues to this day. So
he's right about having the access to different things to help you come back faster, because his surgery was after mine and he was walking before me. So
I shouldn't have been doing that. I was in so much pain that night.
Oh goodness.
I was out here asking for pain meds.
I have a more different question that doesn't really have to relate to your knee, but in the 4 years of being at UCLA, because we do the podcast is like what we've taken from being in college. What area do you think you've grown the most out of the 4 years?
Socially, big time. Oh my God! Wow. Janay can attest to this, man. You didn't think I was going to say that?
No,
it's the most obvious one.
I was thinking, mentally, athletically, academics.
It helps that I don't sound like this anymore. Literally, hey, how are you? That was my voice. It was horrible.
And that's why when I approached Austin in his freshman year, we didn't talk much.
But then now, I come on here and be like, yeah, it was good.
Oh my God.
They got that voice drop now, kind of, sort of.
What helps socially? I'm curious.
So I also want to know that how did the social part help you grow as a person?
Yeah.
And how did it help your athletics?
Okay, so what happened socially, I was always a weirdo. And that's not a lie. I just had to kind of embrace it, that's who I am. And, I was kind of found out that I was kind of weird, the weird guy that people want to be around because it's just it's just oh my God, funny.
It's so true.
So,
it goes, it's so true.
So
it really is.
So I just had to stop being self-conscious. Yo, people like you for who you are.
You're just so intriguing. I hope you know that.
Yeah, just had to embrace my natural weirdness and help me on the field. I don't know how much it would help me. It helped me when I got to the NFL because I just kind of threw guys off. If in practice I'd make a big play and it's kind of come back, joking or a guy's talking crap and I say, hey, you're doing a great job. It's just wait, what? Why are you complimenting me for making you look bad? Just kind of reverse psychology a little bit.
Hey, but that's good though. I think all aspects of life will help you in athletics if you want it to. And I think socially too, because you're comfortable with yourself, that means you're just going to do better because now that's something you don't have to worry about. Now you can put all your focus on the field.
Right.
And also you can be a better teammate too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you just learn more about yourself than you've ever known before, especially in college. Oh my gosh.
Especially in college.
You ain't around your parents anymore.
You got
independent
adults.
And then you wanted to be independent and you're am I ready
to
be
go
independent?
You got drama.
So many things happen.
School.
Oh, yeah.
Well, is there anything else you want to add to this podcast, this conversation?
Anything else you want the listeners to know about you or us to know about you that we don't already know?
Well, now that I'm here, I can say that my ambition is on fleek.
Yeah.
Wait, that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Snaps. I love it.
Snap on that. But no, I really appreciate y'all letting me come on here and tell my story. You can find me at 1873. Nah. No, don't follow me on Twitter. I'm boring on Twitter because I got eyes on me. But my Instagram is _agent88_. It would be my number that I wore for the Chargers, but Instagram won't let me change it anymore. That was my college number.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting. So yeah, some people ask me that, but in case they wondered if anybody decides to add me. And then let's see. Yeah.
You're going to get people in the DMs.
What are you working on now?
Oh,
or what are you looking forward to?
Well, right now,
what's in the future of Austin?
Future of Austin, being a free agent, and just staying in shape and seeing if anybody else calls. But also in the meantime, I'm doing some work with the NFLPA because I just recently did an internship with them, and they're currently in town for the NFL Rookie Premiere. So I'm going to go up there and help them out with stuff, and also learn about how they secure sponsors, how they throw the event, and what they do for the players.
Wait, that's so cool.
That's
was
awesome.
The internship you had in DC, that one?
Yep.
That's awesome. That's so cool. I like how you're doing more than just athletics because you are a great person.
Oh, thank you. I know I can't. I was like, I'm a product of my of both my grandfathers. Both my grandfathers worked since they were like 8 years old, and I can't sit still. You know.
Oh my God, he's been swaying in this chair this whole time too.
I got undiagnosed ADHD. I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, that's so true, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. I can't stay still either.
Yeah. Well, thank you again for Austin for coming on this episode of Ambition on Fleek.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you like, you rate, you subscribe, and you review this episode on wherever you listen to these podcasts.
Give it 5 stars, please.
Yes, 5 stars.
5 stars, yes.
And if you have any questions, you can tweet at us at PengPengSeely or at Janay Honest for more questions.
With the hashtag Ambition on Fleek.
See you guys next time.